In 2014, Melinda and I visited Normandy in France. We tried to cover as many of the beaches as possible. The first beach we went to was called Gold Beach. This is where the British made the landings at D-Day. What we discovered on Gold Beach was a lot of the old mulberries. Mulberries were the boat anchorage that ran parallel to the beach with then a L-shaped bridge coming across to unload equipment onto Gold Beach from the ships out at sea. Then we went to Omaha Beach. Omaha Beach was the beach where the American forces landed. There were over 4,500 American soldiers killed on Omaha Beach. I actually went down to the beach and stood on the beach. I could understand how the soldiers had a hard time coming ashore because of the German pillboxes that were located above them. At that point in time, it was very hard to visualize how infantrymen, such as those in the 1st Infantry Division, climbed up from the beaches, up into the ridge line, and attacked the German positions, and finally overcame them. It must have been a very hard-fought battle, causing many to lose their lives. Then we went over to Point de Hoc. This is where the Rangers climbed the cliffs, way straight up under constant fire by the Germans until they got to the top because they thought there were gun emplacements at the top that could be of danger to the American ships and the Allied ships. The Point de Hoc soldiers that climbed it, out of over 200, only about 90-something remained after the battle was over with. You can see fortifications where the Germans had dug in. They had all these fortifications, and yet the guns had been moved, as the Rangers found out when they got up to the top. It was quite an inspiring sight, though, to see all these fortifications and everything that had been there at one time, looking down on the beaches where American soldiers came ashore. In addition, we then decided to go deeper into some of these bunkers and look around and see what they were really like on the inside and see where they had fortifications and places for artillery pieces to be mounted. It was just unbelievable what the Rangers did when they climbed up. There, as the map indicates, we went to the little town of St. Mary-Gallice. This is where the paratroopers, a lot of them from the 82nd Airborne Division, jumped in and landed in the town at night with the Germans firing at them and shooting many of them. The picture depicts where one of the soldiers in the movie, Red Buttons, actually landed on the steeple of the church and tried to remain still so that the Germans wouldn't shoot at him. Melinda went inside the church. It was very beautiful, and she looked all around and made these pictures. At that point in time, we decided to go on over to Omaha Beach, above Omaha Beach, where the National Memorial Cemetery is, and more than 10,000 soldiers killed during the entire Battle of Normandy, not just D-Day, are buried. But 4,500 of the American soldiers are buried there. The cemetery is a very, very large cemetery and very, very beautiful. It has a memorial in the center, and then you look out from there and you can see all the white crosses that are in the cemetery. In addition, you see a very large American flag planted up there as well. As I said, all of this overlooks Omaha Beach, where the worst fighting for American soldiers took place. We then decided to go inside the museum that's located on the grounds. Inside the museum is many depictions of what happened there on D-Day to all the Allied forces that stormed the beaches that day. Those forces ultimately wound up approximately a year later defeating Nazi Germany forever and thus destroying Hitler's dream of a Third Reich.